What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to update you guys with another weekly report. We are in week 42, and for the most part, all of last week was taken over by Ghost Rider, who's literally been taking over the content on every single content creator's page, putting out stuff for ABX, Galactus, GBR, Danger Room stuff, one-shotting. He's literally everywhere. So shout outs to all of them, the star agents, for putting that content out so you can actually see how he performs. Yes, he's absolutely strong, but whether or not he solves his HP issues with his tier 3 is kind of dependent on your game style and how you play. There are some folks that think that the invincibility that he gets on his tier 3 is enough, and he charges it super fast, so that might be able to support the HP issues that some players are having. But at the end of the day, he doesn't have a heal, which kind of prevents him from being very, very easy to play with, some face tanking and that kind of thing. So, that one's more TBD, depending on how you guys as players will play him. In other news this week, we should be getting a Blade uniform. His likely should come out this week. There isn't a specific sneak peek already out or anything like that. He technically didn't get an awakening, but he did get a pretty significant bump in the uniform effect. So he should be pretty strong, but his skills were a little bit almost slow during the beta testing in the APK. So we'll have to see whether or not he's strong enough to compete with guys like Morbius and Moon Knight. It is still being technically listed as part of the September update, though we're nearly at the half point of October. But I would assume that update is coming out either today or the day after. So we'll have to kind of see. He does get a wide range of changes to all 5 skills, as well as some defense down. So he should be pretty strong on paper. He does have stun and silence, so we'll have to see if that affects the ABX. I don't believe he has paralyze, though. That's not here. But he does have the stun and silence, so maybe he will be meta for the season that just essentially passed. Speaking of ABX, we did have a brand new shift to paralyze, which brings about new players or new characters to use in the list here. Obviously, the newer uniforms, the most recent uniforms, Medusa, Odin, are going to perform very well on certain days, like this Universal Superhero Day, because the hero that was meta before doesn't have paralyze, so that's going to make some adjustments. Obviously, Moon Knight's going to do well. I think Ghost Rider, who doesn't actually have paralyze, is performing maybe on average about 8 or 10 million more than Odin. So that's a pretty significant jump. So it's going to be something we'll have to kind of monitor to see who and what comes out of this. I would assume Dormammu shows up in this day. Speed Hero Day, I think Mystique should probably still win out, or Mystique's not a hero. We'll have to see what days some of these will bring about and what characters will grind out of the woodwork. I would think that a jump or a drop in ABX scores this week is probably in line, simply because characters and players haven't built those characters yet, and there's 2 weeks of brand new characters, so we'll have to see how significant that drop in scores are. But it's part of the reason why I don't play this game mode, right? Because you have to kind of keep up with uniforms, and as a free-to-play player, it's not something that I'm spending on uniforms that much all the time. So, but speaking of my account, I picked up my first Rage, which was pretty cool. It came from a booty box. I'll show you guys a screenshot here. But I'm still rolling it. It's not something that's any worthwhile. I did get a 0.9 on this increase damage per 1% of dodge and crit rate. But the other stats were below 20, so I ended up getting rid of it. So TBD on how good this Rage ends up being. I'm still rolling it, like I said, but I'm not entirely sure who I'm going to end up putting it on. If it ends up being a rage that has a low crit rate but a high dodge, I may put it on a Doctor Strange with a new uniform. But otherwise, leave me, notes in the comments about who do you think you should use it on if it's not going to be Doctor Strange. A lot of character options. Probably need to pick up a new uniform, but we'll have to see. I also finally got Silver Surfer as a tier 3. I've been working on that for a while. It took forever to kind of gear up his CCF, but that finally happened. Now my intention was to primarily build him for PvP. So I'm going to gear him out accordingly. Right now, his stats look like this. Crit damage is a little bit under, crit rate, dodge, all of those are a little bit under, but I haven't done any Urus yet. I haven't changed his iOS 8 sets. It's currently sitting at Power the Angry Hulk, but I'll probably max that out anyway and see what I can change in these Chaos Norn Stones, and we'll go from there to kind of flesh them out as a true PvP build. Next up is probably going to be Uru, since I just amplified those yesterday. So I'll equip some and see what we can end up doing. Lots of heals, HPs, that kind of thing. Otherwise, in the game, we've been getting the Cosmic Core event and this World Boss event. This World Boss event, super easy to do. You should be able to do it with any character that you have on your roster. Just do it. It's black antimatter. It's free black antimatter, gold, that kind of thing. The Cosmic Core event, on the other hand, is always a little bit more of a grind. I've done a video on this on being able to complete getting a reward in one day. It is significantly difficult to do, but I think 2 days is kind of the round expected amount that you'd be getting. Since there is about a day left, I haven't really gotten anything all that amazing, just tier 3 materials, and I think I picked up one mythic Uru. But yeah, the reason why I'm not going for this is because I don't need the Macran crystals. But it probably would be significant for me to kind of rank up quite a few of these, pick up a few of these, simply because the day is going to run out and I'm only going to have another 24-hour reset. So it's best to kind of pull as many resources as you can as you're going through, and see when you get nice little bonus of 3. It rolls 1, 2, or 3. So I think you need I think we did the math last time and it was about 1,800 to get a full roll. Obviously it's going to be all dependent on how much you grind, how much you play the game, and whether or not you can achieve something like that on the day. And obviously RNG always plays a factor in this game. So we'll have to see if we get anything good on the last day. Some folks, like I said, there's always a chance of picking up the CTPs. The only one that's worth, I think, getting is going to probably be the energy or the destruction. Sure, authority is fun, but a lot of folks have been not really sure what to do with it, simply because of it does the penetration, and now we finally kind of know how that works. But otherwise, for the most part, that's all we kind of got going on this week. Like I said, expect Blade to show up at some point this week. So look out for that. I want to be putting out a video a little bit more frequently. This week I am working on the free-to-play comic cards, completely free-to-play, no crystal spend at all. So we'll probably get that going at some point this week. And then another video for the top 10 heroes to use in World Boss clears, which characters to rank up, so essentially. But we're going to wrap it up here. Hope you guys have a good week. Thanks again for stopping by, checking out the stream, leaving comments, likes, and subscribes. All of that is greatly appreciated. But until next time, be well, do good, and have fun.